throwing him down the Death Star chute, placing one end on a bazooka, on the business end of one, and just firing. I wouldn't melt him in acid, that would be too cruel, but I might want to throw him into the sun.
So acid.
He'll feel less.
Really?
But the problem is...
the vacuum and the incineration on the way into the sun?
It might poison the sun. It might affect other people negatively.
What? Gonna infect the sun with gay?
No. I have no problem with being gay. I have every problem with being a monster.
Sorry. Pedo bear.
It's not even that he's a pedophile. Although, let's face it, he totally is. It's that he is a sexual
Predator?
deviant. He's a sexual predator. He has committed an act of sexual assault already, and he's not stopping.
But Carlos, it's true love.
But Dave, it's retarded. I know people who are arguing this, like, no, it's romantic. It's romantic. Okay, let me give your tits a squeeze without your consent. Is that romantic too? Like, fuck me. And Tuxedo Mask will do it.
I don't think so.
No, you don't think so. He went in for a nice smooch without permission or consciousness. So, saying that he wouldn't just go out and grope, that is not, like, me making that accusation is not a stretch. It is not a stretch. And now, we have a whole episode dedicated to this waste of life.
Let's start her up and see what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll love the character by the end of the episode.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
I don't think anything can bring you back around because you hated him originally.
Maybe he's been possessed by...
Pedo bear?
By, I don't know. Who's another character I hate? Everyone in Steins Gate? Maybe he's being possessed collectively by that whole cast?
No, he's acting too intelligently.
That's harsh. But Steins Gate, so I agree. Fucking Steins Gate. The Moonstick!
I see no problem here yet.
Yeah, me neither. What the hell?
And they could have called it a wand, like they did originally.
Well, it is more like a wand.
Yeah.
And the wand has a certain mystique that stick kind of lacks. Oh no! A small invading army of 8 people!
That's not what I'm laughing at. They're slowly coming towards...
Shit! We barely have 1 year to make our escape.
This has been kind of a thing with the animation style of this series.
The style is fine. It's the quality that's the problem.
Well, even within the style, I mean, whereas most animation is a solid 23 frames per second done. This one seems to be between 10 and 12.
I don't think it's even that. I think it's animating at a normal frame rate. The issue is that the art, and I was reading something about this on Tumblr, the art, since they want to mimic the manga as much as possible, and the manga art is obviously done for stills, they're trying to keep things still as much as possible.
And that doesn't work.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like the very round, smooth leggediness of the 93, was it 93 cartoon, was more of an expression of, hey, how might this work on television? We make it a bit more slapstick. We make it a bit more like sexually appealing, and we make it better for animation. And this is more of a, what if we tried to make the manga a TV show?
And I don't buy that line of thinking at all, because any manga to animation conversion can keep the style while making it look more than stills.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I think some styles lend themselves more towards being animated than others. I think some some artists' art is better still. Like, oh god, I can't believe I have to use this example. Could you imagine Rob Liefeld's work animated?
Sorry,
Like, you can barely imagine his artwork at all.
My brain needs to reboot. You just blew it up.
Can you imagine the changing shape of legs and pouches and
Arms
muscles?
And biceps. My God. No, I can't. That would be like a horror show.
What?
Mommy, why did his arm do that?
It's Rob Liefeld, son. Don't worry. Rob Liefeld can't hurt you unless you learn to draw like him.
Another complaint I've got, and I've noticed that some of the homages to old shows are still doing this, but the newer ones aren't. Background is completely static. Nobody's moving. They're all just standing in one place.
Dave, shut up. You'll ruin the illusion.
A lot of the newer shows actually try and have their backgrounds animated so things are moving so it seems more lively, not just your main protagonists doing everything.
It's, God damn you using that word. It's... The issue, I think, is that, okay, yeah, you know, you want some background noise. It's a work of animation. It is storytelling through visuals. Okay, we want a little bit of
the world. Just seems
we want
very
a bit of a world. We want those trees rustling. I get it, but still not the primary concern.
It's not, but it's part of the world building. I mean, last episode we were talking about, man, that is the most deserted road we've ever seen. It's like, oh, a car went by! Look! It's just... There was more... It seemed like there was more life to even the original Sailor Moon.
Sure,
that may just be my nostalgic thinking, because I haven't watched that in years, but...
I think, again, it comes down to this is directly meant to be like an animated comic. If you think about it that way, it makes a lot more sense. And I'm not saying that as an excuse or anything.
I won't take it as an excuse, but it is really no excuse.
Mm-hmm.
So, pants and a shirt are now a uniform. At least they're wearing
very
uniform.
Earlier, Darian was saying, be careful. I have a message for Darian. You best be careful. You best kill me now, Darian. You best kill me. Lest you find knives in your back and eyeballs.
He'll grow on you.
Yeah, like a virus. Welcome back to CNN. This is the Situation Room with Wolf Blitzer. Who is Tuxedo Mask? And why is he committing petty crimes? I think this Tuxedo Mask is helping the immigrants get into our country. Well, clearly Tuxedo Mask is here to help us find our liberal values. Well, it seems as if we found no answers as usual in the Situation Room, but we'll see if we can put the word alert on the screen 5 more times.
You watch a lot more CNN than I do, obviously.
Back when I was working a certain job, they had a cafeteria and a TV that was always on CNN, and I watched it purely because CNN is so bad that it's funny.
Gotcha. Luna actually stayed home for once.
Yeah, she was playing with the thing. That makes me think that, you know, she's all serious, working on the computer, and then yarn, and then playing with the yarn. Also, how the fuck did they get that picture of Tuxedo Mask?
Maybe he was posing?
Yeah, did this asshole be like, I am pretty vain, want to take a good picture of me? Excellent, want to come back to my apartment?
Maybe it's an artist's conception.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Hey, the show's lazy enough. You think they would have done a drawing? It would have been right with a manga if they did that.
Now that would have been funny.
There's a fan off screen just blowing into his cape.
My brother told me that there was an episode of the original series where a villain disguised himself as Tuxedo Mask and did this exact same thing. This is actually him. He is so fucking stupid. He is so fucking stupid. Giveaway all your plans, you dumb fuck.
No, that would be the bad guys.
Do you know why Superman disguised himself as a fucking mild-mannered reporter?
He needed a job.
And
he could get news quickly.
Despite you being fucking obtuse as shit, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm still correct. What makes it legendary to everybody else? Seriously.
To be fair, that's just what he called it. So they're like, what is this legendary silver crystal?
Still. They have jurisdictions? Go ahead, Carlos. You know you want to say something.
Vega? Vega? Is that you?
Kind of looks Vega-ish. Still, European commanders.
Well, let's look at the coinciding facts here. Let's look at the evidence. Blonde, European, Vane is a ninja. I assume everybody's a ninja in this show.
Pretty crappy ninjas then.
What's Malachite's jurisdiction? Australia. Gonna hit you with my Yahoo Serious Beam. That is the worst accent. The worst.
Yeah,
don't talk to me, Carlos.
That was kind of racist American there.
Racist American? I suspect that you have, like, this weird reality that your brain is encased in, and everything you say makes perfect sense in it. There is some super logic going on in what you just said that completely escapes the rest of the world.
Probably.
It's probably the same place where Queen Beryl has a European commander. Research? You were batting around the cat toy earlier. I've been doing a lot of research. Yes, research.
Oh, look, it's another anamorphic cloud.
Yeah, I'm getting sick of anamorphic clouds with fucking two little red fucking eyes sticking out of them. Like, real original. Why couldn't it be, like, some kind of
creature?
Again, the cloud is mysterious.
Still.
Glowing eyes are scary. It's so cliche in everything.
And lazy in today's movies.
Yeah.
No, Mercury, I'm telling you to use it. Immediately on Earth.
So it can blow up a planet. This throws a wrinkle in that Sailor Moon versus Wonder Woman death battle that I hadn't considered. Because as strong as Wonder Woman is, she's not a planet buster.
True, but this. Yeah, okay. I can't even say this isn't from old canon, because it is.
Yes. Also, we are arguing Sailor Moon canon.
Oh well.
We are some sad sacks of crap.
No.
Especially you.
Okay. This just dawned on me here. Now, they're all representatives of their own planet. Okay?
I always thought that it wasn't that they just represent that planet in a mythological sense.
No, actually, they were all... Oh my god, I actually know this. Okay, well, jump down the fucking rabbit hole. No, they're all actually the individual princesses of their own planets. There were actual civilizations on each planet, which they were the princesses of, part of Serena's court.
Did they have spaceships?
I don't think they needed it. I think it was teleportation.
So you're telling me...
Based on that...
The Dark Kingdom has access to all this technology, and they're still losing to 4 clueless little girls?
Well, you've seen that they have teleportation.
The Dark Kingdom is so terrible.
Anyway, back to my original comment.
They're the worst.
So they're all based on their own planets. Granted, they don't know this yet, but wouldn't it become fucking obvious to Luna that, you know, Serena represents the Moon Kingdom? Could she be the princess?
Well, for all she knows, she could be some rank and file soldier from it.
I guess. Hours later.
Yeah, what the fuck? Let's regroup at the arcade. But around like 8 or 9. Like, we don't need to rush this. Like, let's have a meal first and maybe just polish off some of that homework or whatnot. Like, let's not freak out here, people. It's not as though the entire city is falling apart. Are you fucking with me? Dave, you know me pretty well.
Yes.
What am I about to rant about?
Science?
Yes, but what specifically?
Let our listeners know, Carlos.
So, okay, they saw the TV hypnotizing people, and they went down to the secret base and loaded up DOS 11 billion and fired up the secret moon pewter, and like they used a boot disk and jiggled a cable and made sure everything was good to go. They loaded the operating system. They got everything up to date, and you know they used it to pinpoint the location of the TV station they already knew it was coming from.
Not one of them watched it.
It was hours ago. It was hours ago. It's nighttime.
Moving on, Carlos.
I don't want to move on from this.
Look, obviously, based on the fact the arcade was empty and there was no traffic outside, everybody must have gone to sleep. After all, if there had been people going around in civil distress, there would have been people. So it must have been a search for it on waking hours.
Yeah, great hypnotizing Dark Kingdoms, like, search for the Silver Moon Crystal. But don't interrupt your lives. I mean, fuck.
Search for it, but at 8 o'clock, make sure you get a good night's rest, and we'll pick this up tomorrow.
Stop it. Stop doing that, Dave. Stop it, please. Don't stop the show, but stop what you're doing.
No. My logic will come through.
Yeah, logic. That's the first thing I think of. Do you notice that every time they need to run or do anything that, and this goes back to what we were talking about earlier, anything that doesn't involve standing still, they try to hide it?
Yeah.
Like Rob Liefeld?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Also, come on, Serena! Luna's trying to tell you he's a rapist. I don't blame you, my dear. You're the victim here. But don't just, like, give him what he wants, either.
Usagi's fine. Why are they showing up not
transformed? I don't know.
I guess they don't need to hide their identities?
That's like Bruce Wayne showing up as Bruce Wayne and then changing it to Batman in front of everyone.
Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck, did you know Bruce Wayne was Batman? Shut up, I'm trying to find out who Sailor V is. What the fuck just happened there? You know, just because she's confused and scared doesn't imply consent. You'll pay for Whatever that was. I'm sorry it was so badly animated I couldn't tell what you did, Sailor Moon. But you'll pay for it! This episode is like the worst cut together one.
Yeah.
It is so badly edited. Holy fuck. Oh, she can fly. It's handy.
Hover.
I think flying is a little more accurate right now. Where are you looking there, bro? Why didn't you take a good peek?
This is drawn and edited awful. He may not even be doing that, but...
Yeah, you're right. He may not even be holding her. He might be at home. They just forgot to remove him from the scene.
Hang on. Let me just get comfortable. This is gonna be a good one.
He kidnapped her. He kidnapped her, Dave. He knows where she lives. Did he take her to her home? No, she, woke up in his bed with him staring at her. Like...
He walked in.
Like... Why did he kidnap her?
Okay.
Why did he kidnap her?
Hang on here.
Keep in mind, you need to justify why this unfathomable glad bag of garbage just kidnapped a 14-year-old girl.
Okay.
Keep that in mind.
There's a whole bunch of things that this show really doesn't give us context on as far as distance, places, or anything else.
Arguably, they've given us a lot of context on Tuxedo Mask's creepitude.
Okay.
Which is off the dial. It is well over 9,000.
He doesn't have super strength. We have no idea how far they were actually from her home. For all we know, it could have been right outside his apartment. We don't know.
That doesn't change anything.
If he couldn't get her home, and would you... Okay, logically speaking, would you want to be the costumed young man who suddenly brings your daughter home in the middle of the night?
Would I want to be the costume young man who brings my daughter home? Well, yeah, because she would be my daughter.
You know what I'm trying to say.
I know, but do you? Would I want to see that? Well, no. But here's the problem. Yeah, okay, maybe her family's not going to be terribly impressed with him. So, instead...
It's still...
He kidnaps her. Option A, take her home and risk getting her family mad at me. Option B, kidnapping.
Maybe he couldn't get her home.
Maybe he
now they could have made
should call the authorities. Hey, this is an unconscious girl here. You want to take her home for me? I don't want to have to, kidnap her or anything.
Okay, now you're just bringing logic into the show.
You fucking kidnapped her, Dave.
I think you're trying to find things that you can yell at him for now.
Trying? Have you seen the show? He has, without consent, touched her, kissed her, had to be chased off by Luna for doing so.
And you had me on your side.
Broken into her room.
Okay, creepy, yeah.
So stalked her to where she lives so he knows about her. And now kidnapped. It's morning, by the way. Her friends gotta be mortified. Oh my god, where the fuck is she? I hope she wasn't kidnapped by that tuxedo fuckhead.
Now, it would have been much better if he had just taken her to one of the girls' places. Absolutely. In fact, why the fuck did she just disappear and then suddenly end up in the exact same place in Tuxedo Mask? What was up with that?
Don't get me wrong. She's an idiot too, Hoist. She's an idiot too. I get this.
Where were the girls? Where was Luna when she was hovering around? Okay, again, this show is so poorly edited as far as scene to scene.
This episode was bad. Did you see that fight scene? That was worse than, to quote our good friend Rob Liefeld again, that was worse than a Rob Liefeld comic fight scene.
Yeah.
I can almost follow one of his.
Almost.
I was confused at what was happening there. in the 93 show, yeah, they did weird shit like, okay, we're gonna combine our beams for the umpteenth time, so we get this cool Mercury fire beam shit going. But at least it looked good.
Here, not so much.
What happened? The way this shit was shot, it's like... Do you remember when Jake the Snake bit the Macho Man?
No.
Okay, this happened, and I saw it live. Like, not live at the show, but live on TV. And then, when they later showed it again, they did that thing where they show shots of the audience because they can't show what's on TV or get in trouble. That's what this whole episode felt like. It felt like they were panning in weird ways to avoid me seeing what was going on.
Well, and this is the weird thing, is they said that they're releasing it every 2 weeks so they can, you know, put polish on these things.
Yeah.
Polish? Really?
Like, okay, I don't expect these guys to be Trigger, okay? Trigger knows how to fucking craft a fight scene.
Or even the original animators from 93.
Yeah, man, like, and they weren't complicated. These are, let's jump around a bit, and then when the time's right, we'll shoot our things at each other, and then the other guy dodges it. But it didn't even look like Zoisite was dodging shit. It looked like he was just kind of striking a pose, and they had to awkwardly kind of draw the explosions around it.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, like I like this show, but it is so... there are things it's doing that I think are cool over the original, like, it's more the Dark Kingdom themselves rumbling with them instead of sending out monsters of the week. I like that. But fuck me, it's so poorly cut, and Tuxedo Mask is, like, I didn't like him already, but the 93 one... Like, he was a fucking shitlord, okay? Don't make no mistake, he's a scumbag. And even he would look at this guy and be like, whoa, dude, that's a little scummy. Like, fuck me, man.
I can't believe I'm the one who's defending him. All the other ones have been able to say, okay, well, there's good and bad, but this one just looks like something edited together by a 5-year-old who's just starting to learn Adobe Premiere.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Still gonna watch the next one.
Oh, yeah.
But, jeez, wow. Later, folks. Bye. Gonna kidnap you.